Hi, this is Ian with petersellsland.com. I wanted to take a few moments to talk about our property of the day, which is 10 acres for sale in Bronson, Florida. That's in Levy County, and it's about 40 minutes southwest of Gainesville. So it's a nice rural area. You've got some beautiful views, and you're in the trees, and you've got access right off of Highway 24 to the private drive that runs right back to your property. So a lot of people, when they head out to this property, GPS will trip them up. They'll end up to the south of the property. I'm here to tell you, all you need to do is head on 24 and get going west. And it's one left turn onto Northeast 92nd Court right here. And you end up right on the road that takes you to the property about a quarter mile down maybe. So let's look through some of these images. You have a big clearing on the property, which is one of the main selling points. So this clearing right here, I actually went out there a few days ago and mowed this whole area. And it really kind of opened my eyes to what a tremendous value this property is. So let's zoom in right here on the clearing and get a perspective on what's happening here. So let's see. Okay, so I've got my ruler, and there's a little bit of a driveway that comes in right here, and you'd probably have to extend that driveway over this way and out. There's an easement that goes right here. And there's actually, this driveway is considered private property. So right here, you know, that's kind of the cutoff point. Actually, I think it's about right here where the easement stops. You'd have to kind of cut in through here, and there's actually a tunnel through these trees to some degree. You'd probably have to take out a few medium to large trees, and then you'd have easy access to a driveway that's already right here. So the driveway kind of runs through here, and you end up at this spot. So the clearing starts about right here, and then if we take our ruler and measure from this point over to probably, yeah, it's probably the widest point right there. Let's say that, because it's just, you know, not too much of a tight angle. 144 feet. So unless you have a home that's going to be 144 feet wide, you've already got a huge clearing right there where you could park a home, double wide or whatever you need to put there. Our ruler is okay. Still acting up. Okay, so I'm just making a mess of this right here. Okay, well, in any case, 144 feet right there. So there's a few trees in this area, and they look nice, but you could get rid of those too. And you've already got this giant area cleared. And to add on top of that, there is already a well drilled right about this area. It's been a few years since it's been used, so you'd have to have it tested, but that well is already put on the property. There's no power currently, but there's a power pole right here that you could easily tap off of and run, you know, to wherever you need it on the property. So if you figure that you might have to put a driveway right here by taking a few trees out and maybe having a tractor there for the day, it really, the cost of that would pale in comparison to what you would have to pay to get an area like this cleared. This already being cleared is a huge value because of the fact that some companies will charge for a spot less than this. I've seen companies want to charge close to $7,000 just to clear out, you know, a section with trees like this. And you figure that that's a lot of work. It's to move that many trees, to cut that many trees down and deal with the logistics of getting all that out of there. That's a lot of money that you would save by getting into this property. And it's already, you know, mostly ready to go. You'd have to get some of this maybe flattened if you're going to put a home there, but it's already relatively flat as is. You know, when we acquired the property, there was a small camper on there, And the neighbors, I talked to these folks over here, they said that nobody had been on this property in a long time. And it's kind of surprising that it sat for so long, because it's a really hidden gem back here. So something about this property that's kind of interesting is that there's an easement that doesn't look used at all to me. A trail that runs through this property right here. So I took my dog back there and I was walking and I was thinking, man, it'd be great to, if you had a house right here and you took a stroll back here with your dog in the morning with your coffee and just kind of let your dog run up and down here. I don't think the dog would even realize that if you turned around that it's on the same trail for as many times as you need to, walk back and forth. And it's just a nice stroll through there. It's a clear trail, and I saw a few deer tracks on there, and there's guaranteed to be some deer hanging out up in here. So if you're a hunter, you could set up a tree stand somewhere in here, and you see you've got a lot of light to sort of see through trees, and you could hide behind a tree and find deer that are up in here, and bring them back down to your house and cook for the family. So those are some really immediate benefits that stand out to me about this property. Now, as we sort of zoom out, we see we've got 24 right here. Now, some people try to get to this property and Google Maps will send them on some sort of wild goose chase where they end up on 27 here, and they're coming around through some terrible back roads, and then they get stuck in sand somewhere, and all of these roads are to put it lightly, garbage. They're very terrible roads. But this property is right off of the paved 24, Highway 24 right here. So, it's if you're coming down from Gainesville and you're heading southwest towards the property there, it's one left turn off of 24, and then you're on the road to your property. It's about a quarter mile, and you end up right here. So that's great. Another thing, if you have children, you've got Bronson Elementary School right here, and then you've got Bronson Middle and High School. So potentially you could set up your home here, and for their entire childhood through teenage, maybe you don't want to send a 4-year-old walking to Bronson Elementary School from across the highway, but your children could once they're old enough to do so, they could potentially walk across the road here. It's a straight shot, and they could walk to school. And I think there might be some crosswalks set up somewhere here. But in general, it's not far from school at all. Even if you want to drive them, if they want to ride their bicycle, whatever they want to do, school is right here for when they're ready to start taking themselves all the way through their teenage years when they graduate. You've got, let's zoom out. So let's say you need to you want to go to the mall. Gainesville is 40 minutes away from this property, and that's driving conservatively. If you have a lead foot, it'll take you less than that, but I would recommend doing 40. You never know when you're going to encounter a speed trap on Highway 24. You've got beautiful preserves right here. There's Devil's Hammock Wildlife Area. There's State Forest down here. Got Gulf Hammock. So much wildlife, so many trails, lots of beautiful environments to go for recreation. And one of my personal favorites, Cedar Key. So you have a long day at the mall, you come back, you drop off all of your clothes or whatever you bought, maybe take a nap for a little while, and you head out another 40 minutes to Cedar Key to watch the sunset. Or eat at one of the incredible restaurants that are right on the water out there. And Cedar Key is just, it's one of the best places, I think, that is sort of underappreciated in this area. Everyone talks about going down to the Keys or, going out to St. Augustine, and they don't really make it out to Cedar Key as much. And it's just, the drive can, from all the way from where I live, which is, further northeast, can seem like forever. But when you're heading down just from Bronson, Cedar Key, that's huge. You've got the Swanee River right there. So kayaking, boating, whatever you need to do, it's all within reach from this property to get some of the best Florida experiences that you can. So that's just, that's just kind of looking around what's going on west to east. And yeah, it's those I think are some of the biggest benefits of this property. Now, here's that trail I was talking about that runs through the property that you could walk your dog on. Great trail. This is one of the neighbors' houses that's on Northeast 92nd Court. Here's the neighbor's horse barn. They've got a great setup going on there. So you've got good neighbors to look at. This is the wellhead. Here's Highway 24. 2-lane highway. Here's the easement I was discussing as far as the driveway would be concerned. So you can see this yellow line is sort of the cutoff point. So it kind of cuts in to our property a little bit right there. So you could come up in this driveway a little bit further because it's a private driveway and the neighbor might be okay with sharing that driveway. It's dependent. We've actually we've reached out and we're in the process of figuring that out. So ask me for details or ask Peter for details or whoever you speak to, and we can let you know the latest information on that. But I would say the driveway cut in right here, and then there's already something going on right there that you could just connect to, and easy peasy. Again, okay, so I was actually, I was overstating it. It's 30 minutes to Gainesville. So maybe just a few minutes longer to Cedar Key. It's slightly longer distance, but just about equidistant. And again, we'll own or finance this property. You can give us the down payment and step into it very soon. This could be yours. Very private, all for you. All you have to do is call us and we'll get you going. And don't be afraid to make offers. We will entertain all offers. We try to make it work for everybody. It's not always possible, but we have made it work for a lot of people who really thought that it wasn't going to be possible to own their own piece of property. And there's not really a better time than right now. Right now is when you should be looking at some of these properties because they're getting developed. The fact that they're not developed means that you have the opportunity to make it how you want it. It's a lot of these properties that we have either never been touched or they were very lightly lived on. And this property was modified just enough to where it turns into a tremendous value for whoever buys it next, because again, it's been years since this property was lived on, and there are so many benefits to just having this wide open area ready for you to just park a house right on it and be enclosed by trees and do mostly whatever you want back there and have a party, whatever. You have your own little forest party. As long as you keep the noise down for these guys, you're ready to go back there. So leave a comment. Please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and find out about the best properties that are coming our way. And we get new properties each week. So something you can do is go to our website, www.petersellsland.com. You can send us a message on there. You can become alerted about properties that are going to be available or discounts that we are adding on properties. You can find the interactive map that I was looking at, MapRight. Very useful, and there's an app you can use to navigate to these properties. I'll leave a link to a video on how to use MapRight in the description. And I'm just randomly clicking around on things for some reason right now. But I'll leave a link in the description about MapRight and the MapRight video and how to use MapRight. It's an invaluable tool for seeing the boundaries of a property, seeing your GPS location while you walk around. It's perfect for, you can save it for offline use. So if you go out to an area and you say, oh man, I don't have cell phone reception. Well, you can save it and you don't need cell phone reception because the map is already saved and it will still show you your GPS location. So nearby cities for this property: Ocala, 40 miles, Gainesville, 30 miles, Cedar Key, I'm going to fix that, Cedar Key, 35 miles, Orlando, Florida, 114 miles. So you're central to a lot of real good stuff there. That's not, having Ocala, Gainesville, and Cedar Key being that close, that's a lot of great opportunities to get a variety of experiences in different areas. And if you get bored with Gainesville, you go to Ocala. Get bored with Gainesville, you just go to Cedar Key and, maybe grab a Mai Tai and put your feet up. But this is Ian signing out. Thanks for watching.